Assalamualaikum. Today I want to explain the best practice methodology to resolve problems. I'm from group 3. I want to introduce my teammate. First, Muhammad Amirul Aiman bin Mat Amin. Second, Nur Zaimah binti Abdullah. And lastly, me, Nur Azina binti Abdullah. For case 1, Miss Salma report that her computer emitted stranger noisy while it was operating and such as overheating on the computer case. First question is identify the problem. So this is the customer information and computer configure con, computer configuration. For customer information is company number is Polytechnic Mersing and contact number Miss Salma and address Polytechnic Mersing Jalan Nita 86800 Mersing Johor. The phone number is 1012. The phone number is 012345678 and 0. For computer configuration is model Dell and operating system is Windows 10 and network environment LAN and connection type is cable. So the problem is the computer emit stranger noisy while it was operating and starts overheating on the computer case. This problem no any error message. And for the question B is establish a theory of probable cause emit stranger noisy while it was operating and such as overheating on the computer case. So first, the two biggest clubs for excess noise in computer are fan and the hard disk. Fan are used to move the heat produced by the processor, motherboard, and graphic card out of the computer. If fans are loose, too small, or not powerful enough, they can create the noisy. Second is overheating, may be caused by a failing or inadequate fan, poor ventilation, a bad cable, dust, dirty and underperforming hard drive, or an inadequate power supply. For the question C is test the theory to determine cause. So for troubleshoot noisy in computer are fans and a hard disk. First, give your PC fan a clean. Second, move your PC or laptop for better airflow. And third, use a computer cooling pad. And fourth, check running software. And fifth, use fan control software. And sixth, replace your fans. And seven is regular Windows PC maintenance. And for troubleshoot overheating computer, first need check that the fan are working. Second, improve airflow for desktop PC. And third, improve airflow for your laptop. Fourth, avoid using programming. Fourth is avoid using programs that use a lot of CPU power. And five, use unnecessary browse tabs and programs. And six, clean and dust your computer. Seven, reapply thermal. Seven, reapply. Seven is reapply thermal paste. 8, adjust your computer internal settings. 9, check for virus and malware. 10, keep your software update. And 11, shut down your computer. For D, establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. So the best way to fix a noisy computer fan is to stop using the computer and let it cool down naturally. There are also some other simple steps to fix a noisy computer fan. First, we need close down any unset program or application. Avoid having multiple program open at the same time, especially when using software or program that may have a high CPU load, such as video editing or reading software. And second, do not obstruct the cooling fan vent. You should also invest in a cooling pad for laptops. This this will help keep it cool and extend the lifespan of your machine. And the third is clean the vent regularly and keep your laptop away from highly dusty environments, and invalidate your laptop from your worktop, and especially in warmer climates it is important to get as much ventilation as possible on the laptop. You can use the edge edge of a book or a third party design laptop stand to prop up the meaning of the laptop. And five is clean up desk space. Use free software such as CC Clean to remove any unwanted program and file from your PC. This will free up disk space, allowing the CPU to operate more efficient. The worst case scenario is take your CPU is overheating, and you should take your laptop to a trusted PC repair store for a hardware checkup. For question E is variable full system functionally and update and private measure. You need to document the findings, action and outcomes of each case. So the outcome of this case was the personal computer or PC does not make any abrupt strange noise while it was operating. It is because the problem has been done by the system functionally. So for the document findings, action and outcome of each case is first the step taken to solve the problem. First step is identify the problem that make the computer noisy and overheating. Step 2 is always keep it clean, the dust on the fan, so the overheating does not occur again. Step 3 is keep the space around all sides and that nothing is blocking the cooling fan. And step 4 change the new PC fan. For component used to repair is sub-table brush, tools such as screwdriver, thermal paste and tweezer. The time for allocate to resolve the problem is around 30 minutes to 1 hour, and verification from customer is the customer verify that the computer can use as usually. And for case 2, I will pass to Zaima.
Thank you to Azlina. Now we go through to case 2. Mr. Sami report to computer in the Fit lab could not work because Windows 1 boot. First, first is A. Identify the problem. Customer information. Company name is a Polytechnic Mersing. Contact name is a Mr. Sami. Address Polytechnic Mersing, Jalan Nita at C800 Mersing Johor. Phone number 0123456789. Computer configuration is a model HP. Operating system is a Windows 10. Network environment LAN. Connection type cable. Problem description is a two computer in the Fit lab could not work because Windows 1 boot. Post or error message. First is error loading operating system. Update error. Here a combination of bit. Next, establish a theory of probable cause of each case. The first is for incorrect boot order in BIOS setup. BIOS is a ROM chip pre-installed on the motherboard that contain information to enable users to access and set up your system at the most basic level power life Self-test check the computer hardware and ensure no error exit before the BIOS load the OS. If your system is unable to pass the post-test, it indicates a problem with one of the hardware that is causing the system not to boot into the BIOS or operating system. Second is a boot record are corrupted. Master boot record (MBR) is a default record created automatically when you install it. The MBR stores information about the hard disk partition and it plays an important role during boot. The computer will be difficult to boot properly when the MBR is damaged. Next is system files are corrupted. When these files are part of the operating system can be more complicated and cannot complete the function. Next, we will test the theory to determine cause of each case. First, for incorrect boot order in BIOS setup, BIOS may hear a combination of bits that are a code for things that don't work. Next, for system MBR was corrupted. First is error loading operating system, not bootable, medium found, invalid partition table, operating system not found, reboot and select the proper boot device. We go through the system file are corrupted. The first is a virus and malware, power outage, system crash, update errors and hardware problem. D. Establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. For system MBR was corrupted, the first step is you need to do boot from the original installation DVD, add the welcome screen, click repair your computer, choose troubleshoot, choose command prompt or CMD. Number 5 is when the command prompt load, type the following commands. Bootstrap space slash fix MBR, bootstrap space slash fix boot, bootstrap space slash scanners, bootstrap space slash reboot dbcd. Number 6, press enter after each command and wait for each operation to finish. Remove the DVD from the disk tray, type exit and then click enter, and you need to restart your computer and check if Windows 10 can boot. Okay, for system file are corrupted, the first step you need to use the DISM tool. First, run the command prompt as administrator by searching for it in the start menu by the keyword CMD or command prompt. You need to paste the command given, DISM space slash online space slash cleanup dash image space slash restore help. Then the process will be take 10 minutes or more, and after the ISM tool repair your file, then restart your PC. Second, use the SFC tool. Type CMD in searching box and right click on CMD and choose run as administrator. After that, you need to click yes, insert the command below and click enter. SFC space slash scan now. The system scan will now initiate and it will take a couple of minutes to complete. When the scan complete, message will be displayed. Windows Resource Protection did not find any integrity violation. If this message display, Windows Resource Protection could not perform the request operation. You have to run the Windows 10 in safe mode. So, the next what you need to do is check the SFC log. Type CMD in the search bar and right click on CMD and choose run as administrator. After that, click yes. Insert the command below and click enter. Type SFC in the search bar. Open the SFC details.txt and check the result of the SFC scan. Number 3 is a Windows Startup Repair. Press the window key to launch the start menu. Click on the power button and while holding the shift key, select restart. Have a three option which is continue, troubleshoot and turn off your PC. Click troubleshoot, choose on advanced option. Finally, select startup repair to initiate the repair process. Click the restart button. When your PC restart, you will see a list of options. Select any version of safe mode by pressing the appropriate key. When safe mode start, repeat the step from solution 1 to perform an SFC scan. Number 4 is a Windows system restore. Press a window key with S. Type create a restore point and select the option from the result. Click on the system restore button. You will recommend the latest restore point, but you can click on choose a different restore point and hit the next button to select a previously create one. Select the desired restore point and click next. After that, click next again. After that, after the process is complete, system file should be restored to the previous healthy version. Okay, number 5 is a reset corrupted window 10. Press the window key to the open start menu. Then click the power button, press and hold the shift key and select the restart option, then choose troubleshoot and select reset this PC. You have two options available. First is keep my file will reinstall Windows 10, but it will keep your personal file and setting. Second, remove everything will remove both personal file and setting. Keep in mind that third-party application and download file will be removed by performing the reset. If asked whether you want to clean the drive, choose the just remove my file option. Choose your username and enter its password. Select your version of Windows and click the reset button to start. Okay. Next, for incorrect boot order in BIOS setup, the first use UEFI firmware setting. Open the setting apps and select the update and security section. Choose the recovery tab from the left pane and under the advanced setup section, click on the restart now button. In the new window with the little reading, choose an option, click on the troubleshoot button. Next, select advanced option and then next the UEFI firmware setting. Now hit the restart button so the system boot to BIOS. Second, fix faulty power connector. If the motherboard or the CPU power connector is plugged in wrong or faulty, you won't be able to boot to BIOS. The motherboard has a 24-pin connector, so make sure it's plugged tightly in the right place and there are no signs of damage on the cable itself. The CPU usually has an 8-pin connector in a 4+4 shape, plugged both ends correctly. Check the other ends of the cable that go in the PSU and ensure their proper connection. Next, we need to troubleshoot the RAM stick. A RAM error can cause your computer to fail when booting to BIOS or OS. You need to make sure all the RAM sticks are healthy and seated correctly. Unplug the computer power cable and turn off the PC. Open up the case and locate the RAM stick on the motherboard. Take them all out of their slot and reset them one by one. When installing each RAM module, you should line up the nodes in the slot. If you set the stick correctly, the tab on both sides should make a clicking sound. Do not jam the stick in backward. Trying booting up your system again. If it doesn't work yet, take out all the RAM stick again and plug only one of them in. Next is remove the BIOS battery to reset the CMOS. Turn off and disconnect any peripheral device connected to your PC through a USB, HDMI or other port. Unplug the computer power cable and open up the case. Search for a flat coin-shaped battery, much like a watch battery, on the motherboard if you can find it. Refer to your motherboard manual to determine its location. Now, you need to remove the battery from its place gently. It may be held in position by a clip or lever. You can remove the barrier by hand or a screwdriver and then take the battery out. Let the sit outside for about 20 minutes and then put it back in place. Make sure it's properly seated. Close up the case, plug everything back in and start up the PC. Note that the CMOS battery life is about 10 years or so. If you have owned the motherboard for that long or use a second-hand motherboard, it is safe to assume that the battery may be dead. Purchase a new CMOS battery and replace it to solve the issue. Verify full system functionally and implement an preventative measure. You need to document the finding, action, and outcome of each case. First, you reboot the computer. Ensure no error messages are received. Clear up this space. Use free software such as CC Cleaner to remove unwanted program and file from your PC. Close down any unused program or application. Document the finding, action and outcome of each case. The step taken to solve the problem. Step 1 until step 6. Step 1 is Mr. Sami report to computer in feed lab could not work because Windows won't boot. Step 2 is change the old hard drive to the new hard drive. Step 3 is format hard disk. Step 4, end processing and try to boot again. Step 5, make sure the BIOS is set up correctly. Step 6, install antivirus on the computer. Component used to repair, hard disk and format. Time allocate to resolve the problem is estimate around 1 hour. Verification from customer. The customer verify that the computer is reboot successfully. Okay, now I will pass to Muhammad Amirul to explain about case 3. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Muhammad bin Amin. I want to explain about the case 3 and case 4. First, about the case 3. Mr. Suresh report a computer in the fish lab won't start as well and seem no power to start. First, identify the problem. About the company name, Polytechnic Mersing. Contact name, Mr. Suresh. About the address, Polytechnic Mersing, Jalan Nita, 86800 Mersing Johor. Phone number Mr. Suresh 01098766543. Model MSI. Operation system Windows 10. Network LAN. Connection type cable. About the problem description, a computer in Fish Lab want to start as well seem no power to start, and error messages, no error messages detect. Okay. Establish a theory of probable cause of each case. First, faulty plug does not emit electric power, and the electric wire can no longer be used because it is torn and broken, and power supply no longer has the power turn on the computer. Power cable adapter does not work, And not only because of the power supply, the cost of not power the computer motherboard can also be used as the cost of not working. But the theory determine cost of each case. First, try using a test pen to check the connection whether the plug work or not. Two, connect the adapter cable to test the power working or not. And three, take note of power supply. It can be used right again or not. About the plan or action to resolve the problem and implement the solution, computer run slower than usual. First, fix the plug and change it to a new one so that it work and can be used. Two, blow up the dust of change power supply. Three, change a computer motherboard. And four, change a new IC adapter. About the verify the system functionally and implement a privacy visual, you need to document the finding, action, and outcome of each case. First, verify for system functioning and implement and preventive preventative measure and ensure the plug and wire are in good condition, no damage. If the is damaged, immediately replace a new one. And make sure before you start computer power supply in good condition and have power. And in addition, make sure the motherboard is free of dust, scratch, and every component is in good condition. About the document, the finding, action, and outcome of each case. First, the step taken to solve the problem. Step one, you all can identify the problem that's make the computer won't start. Step two, take out the motherboard from the computer casing. Step three, replace the old motherboard to a new one. Step four, ensure that the new motherboard has no scratch and has not component that's bent. Step five, make sure that cable are slotted into the motherboard. Step six, after the replacement of the motherboard, the computer will be able to turn on back again. About the component I used to repair motherboard, time allocate to resolve the problem, 1 hour. Verify from customer. The customer verify that the computer start as well. Okay. For the case 4, Miss Mini report the computer in her office runs slower than usual. About the problem, company name Polytechnic Mersing, contact name Miss Nini. About the address, Polytechnic Mersing, Jalan Nita 86800 Mersing, Johor. Phone number 0193411484. A model computer configuration Lenovo. About the OS operating system Windows 10. About the network LAN. About the connection type a cable. Okay, about the problem description, the computer runs slower than usual and no error message. About establish the theory probable cause of each case. Too many application automatically open when your computer start up similar to how some application come present to install update without warning. Many are programmed to automatically load open starter. And too many program and bronze tab are open. Computer memory and processing speed will not allow for the seamless switching from one open program to another. And as for keeping multiple tab open in your branch for feature and reference. Your hand drive or memory could be messed out. Hard drive or memory perform will start suffering long before it is 100% full. Expert estimate than even at 85% capacity. Your computer, if it's in fee and productivity can be reduced to a crop. And about the theory, altering a computer start law is an extremely advanced to produce. Recommend only for IT aspect. Working with a trust partner, how you can disable to that necessary while devoting precious operating speed to those that are important. Second, shut down or quit any program you are actively using and stick with just one browse Windows if you can. And start simple by empty your computer and trash that conside moving to information, large file to the cloud, or delete file that's being used. About the resolve the problem and implement the solution computer and slower than user. First, identify a program that slow down your computer. Second, check your web browser and internet connection. Three, refragment your hard disk drive. Four, update hardware that can slow down your computer. Five, upgrade storage with a solid state drive. And six, add memory. And functionally and implement and preventive visual. Try to start the computer, check hard disk, survey the device, use device and subtable surface. About the document the finding. First, the step taken to solve the problem. Step 1, identify the problem that computer in her office runs slower than usual. Step 2, start the computer. Step 3, check the hard disk and make sure the storage is full and service the device. Step 4, always check the storage and also update prevent from use the device non-subtable surface. Component I repair to such a screw device, thermal paste twist, time I allocate resolve the problem, 30 minutes. Verify from customer. The customer verify that the computer start as usual. That's all. Thank you.